everybody, Invisiblekatana here with an unboxing and review for the Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian helmet. As you can see, right there, I can't look all the way around this box. That's the battery, so I'm already prepped. I already cut the box open, so we're gonna check this thing out. I missed one of the effing things. There we go. So after I don't know, I swear I probably got like 3 different emails from Best Buy trying to get this thing, and it's like, hey man, not this week, later, a little bit later. That later comes. Nope, later again. So still waiting on my Darksaber. I saw one review of that. I think it was like 2 weeks ago when I checked, and I actually saw a review because I was like, am I the last person to get this thing? I know a million people have already had this, so I was trying to figure out like what in the world is taking so long to get my batch. But for whatever reason, it took a million years for me to finally get mine, and the constant delays over and over again. But it is now here. Sadly, hopefully, the date they gave me for the Darksaber is real. I think that's not until October now, which is, I think it would show up after my birthday, but it would be a good late birthday present because the Darksaber is my favorite weapon in all of Star Wars, and I'm like, I cried. I legitimately, like, I was so happy I teared up when Mandalorian season 1 ended, and he popped out that TIE fighter, and he was cutting, and I was like, nah. And then it went further, and I was like, it's the Darksaber. I cried. I was so happy. This thing is huge. I have to do this the weird way. This thing's hefty. This feels, well, I guess it's a full helmet compared to the other ones I have, which you guys can check that out. I have reviews up for, and this feels like I'm about to eat a Hostess cupcake. I have reviews up for both the Luke Skywalker helmet as well as the Poe Dameron helmet. The Luke Skywalker helmet, I actually have 2 reviews up because the first time I had it, I thought that it was broken, and it turns out I just had a dead battery in it. So it's a brand new battery. I made sure, but I thought it was broken, so I didn't realize that the first time. But the second review is much more succinct, and it's my full thoughts on it. And the Poe Dameron one is just one simple review, and that works because I didn't have dead batteries. This is nice. I like the shiny look. Oh yeah, that comes up real clear, don't it? Son of a bitch. It looks amazing, but I'm getting a replacement. I don't care. I'm getting an effing replacement because I'm not waiting with the 5 effing months I waited to get this thing, and then it has a very obvious scuff on the back here. Normally not like that much of a stickler, especially when it's a chrome thing. It's a little hard, it's hard not to be like, oh, look at that giant black spot on the back there. It's hard to see it from this distance. Oh, actually it's not. It is a little bit when my autofocus, autofocus is messing up later. Not my autofocus, but my aperture. Yeah, you can see it right there. You can see it definitely. So yeah, that sucks. I'll try to scrub it, but I'm pretty sure that's just like a scuff, like just a pure scuff. I don't think that's like residue or anything. There's like a little residue there, but no, that's like a mark. I'm pretty sure. I'll be double checking, but I'll at least go through the rest of the review just to, at the very least review the whole effing thing. But all in all, that's the inside of it, so you can see like all the little bits and pieces there. These are actually foam. They actually feel like they're they're hollow. So it's actually just rubber, but it feels like foam. Like it actually has enough of a cushion. It's like the air is actually in there. That's cool. I have to find a little compartment for where the batteries go, but for the most part, it's definitely cool. This was the torch, or the the little flashlight that goes on the side there. So that's what this is, and I believe it just hooks onto this. I think this actually comes off. Obviously, I'll be going through the actual instructions. I just had to dump the whole thing out, and it really sucks. I waited months for this effing thing, and it's got this scuff. But like I said, typically, like a little mark here and there, whatever. But it's like a full chrome thing, and I'm just like, what the F is that? Like, it's so hard not to see that. Especially if you can see it from this distance, and it's reflective on the camera, that's when you know it's bad. So, that blows. That sucks. I need to double check that because it's been like a week or so since I've had this thing because kids. So it's been a minute since I've been able to sit down and review. I didn't think of that. But I think I'm still in my window because I got like 30 days. So I should be fine to do my return hopefully actually have some, which I don't think they do, but I guess I'll just be waiting. I don't know. Whatever I did with the instructions, I don't think these. I'm trying not to knock a bunch of stuff over right now, so I gotta scoot this way. Hold up. Here we go. That's not it. What the F is this? That's for my table. I'm dumb. So whatever I did with these instructions, I thought the instructions actually fell out with the rest of it, but maybe it didn't. They did not. Okay. Alright, let's see what we can do with this bad boy before I have to return this thing. It's so unfortunate. I waited so long. It looks so nice. It's all shiny and stuff. So unfortunate. Alright, so I think it is on. Yeah, so it should be this side. Oh! Hold up. Oh, wait, hold up. So, hard to say. I don't know how well this will show up these itty bitty little things. Yeah, you can kind of see it, like that right there. I don't know if that's a scuff. I think that's actually like glue. It sort of feels like it's glue and not actually a scuff. Because when I rub my nail on it, I can definitely feel that there's, like, it's raised. So, at least I can right here. You can really see it. There's a little scuff here, or a little piece of glue or whatever here. And then there's another piece here. But this feels way flat, way flatter. So it's like, I can't tell if it's a scuff or if it's something on it. Issues. I'm trying to see how to just take this thing off. Well, based on the image, I think it's this way. Yeah. So I'm gonna figure all this out, and then we'll cut back to it, because I'm struggling to figure this thing out. Oh, I feel something wiggling. Pop off. Oh, hold up. Here we go. Never mind. Slide drop. And that's how you attach the little torch. Sliding right there. But I still have to do all this. So I'll still cut, but I'll be back. I'll put the battery in, and then we'll check out the lights. Okay, so that took forever to figure out. I literally watched a YouTube video because I was like, the last thing I want to do is actually break something on this and then not be able to return it. So I watched an actual YouTube video. So you have to like squeeze the thing so that it comes off. I'm like, I know it comes off of here, but it feels like you're gonna break this thing. So that took me a minute to actually do, and I was freaking out the whole time. I'm like, the last thing I need to do right now is rip this thing apart and destroy it. So I was very worried about that. So that took me a decent little chunk of time to be like, how does this work? So once I get this thing actually in, I'll be right back. This is the most convoluted thing I've ever seen. It is so it's literally 2 prongs, and I swear every way I put this on here, it feels like it's about to break. Like it's supposed to go into like the 2 little slots here, and then there's like this little divot like right there at the top, and that's so that it kind of slides, because this is actually like the brim going around is actually like a solid piece, so it has like a little cutout so that it can like go flush on like right onto the brim. And every way I put it in, it ain't doing what it's supposed to, because I'm also supposed to slide it down so that the little connectors meet, so when I turn on the battery, the little flashlight actually lights up. So a lot of random complications today. But I'm one with the Force, and the Force is with me. And as long as I don't break this thing, we'll get there. Oh my goodness. I got it. So annoyed. Okay, it fits my head though. I have to do some minor adjustments, but that fits my head. Also, there are lights on the inside. You can barely see. There we go. Lights on the inside. Oh yeah. I like that. This is good. I don't know how well you guys can hear me, but it's actually nice. I think it looks good for sure. Got the torch, skin and everything. It's very good. Like, it's hard to see me, I'd say. Well, I mean, I'm also a little bit of a distance away, but it's not too bad. It's easy to see through. now obviously I have to kind of watch the footage back just to see how simple it is for you guys to actually see me. But my chin's like right here, so you can't really see that, but it's good. And there's like the way it adjusts, like I can look up without the helmet moving. Well, it hits the back of my head, and then I can, like, I'm technically moving my head up and down right now, and I can readjust that a little bit as well, so that I believe it can also possibly extend up maybe a little bit, or at least a little bit wider, but I might not need to do that. So that's good for me. I was definitely worried getting this one. I was like, man, what is this gonna do head-wise? Because, oh, hold up, take my little, there we go. I guess it goes off automatically after a certain amount of time, so I didn't know that. I don't think I'm gonna have this on here, even when I get, you know, my new one that doesn't have a bunch of scuffs on it. I'm probably not gonna have that on there because, for one, I'm not really gonna use it anyway, just to, you know, hit a little button and have the light on. So the odds are that's not really gonna happen, but it's cool. It's a nice little additional feature. If you decide you want to do that, you can have the battery in there, and then just boom, and then you can, you know, you got a little flashlight on the side of it. You got the little torch. But he rarely has that in the show anyway. Like it's not on there too often. Plus, it looks cooler when it's just like the full sleeker look compared to, you know, having the light sticking off the side there. And that took me 100 million effing years just to put this stupid thing on. It was incredibly annoying. And I should probably leave it just because, but I swear, every time it would go in, it was like one part would go in, the other part wouldn't do it. And then you also have to, well, I thought you kind of had to slide the thing down. Let's see if I can even get this to come off of here. But yeah, it's difficult. Well, at least it's difficult to take off too, I guess. I guess that's a bonus. I don't know. But it's nice. I definitely, this one I'd say is without a doubt more for the style than it is the effects, because it doesn't really have any effects. I thought it would, but it doesn't really have anything. It has like the light patterns like that. Those are the effects that it has. So it has like lights in here, which you totally can't see, by the way. Like when I actually have this thing on, I'll turn away from the light just so I can see, but yeah, I can't see any of the lights while I'm in here. Like the only light I can see is this one. So you can't see any of the red lights anyway, while you're actually messing around with it. Although it seemed like all the lights are now not coming on, which is weird. Okay, so for whatever reason now, there we are. Double check. Yeah. It is really hard to tell what the pattern's supposed to be for this thing, but there's not much to it. It's really just like these lights. I don't know why there are even lights on the inside, honestly. Okay, I can see that a little bit. I think they flash or something. I don't know. It looks nice though. It's a nice looking helmet. I really like that. You can see the red flashing like in your peripheral vision, but it also, like, there's nothing to that. That's nothing. And I thought it was supposed to cycle, but it seems like I hit it and all that's happening is the torch is coming on. So I'm trying to see what I have to do to actually get the red lights to come back on. I swear that they have to be like, I don't know, it's weird. It seems like they only come on every time I take the helmet off. That's when they start flashing. Or I literally just cannot see them, and they just don't do much. I don't know. But it's still nice. I do like the helmet. Obviously mine is scuffed, so I'm definitely returning this because I'm not about to, you know, I waited like 4 months for this effing thing. Or more than that. I had like, you know, I don't know how many months I waited for to get this thing to finally come in. And then I got the one that's got like the big scuff on the back, and then it's got like marks on the side here. And unless I can like clean these off, which I'm pretty sure this little one down here feels like it might be like a little bit of glue residue left over, but this feels completely flat. So I think it's just scuffed again, and it's just like it nicked off the silver painting. So even though those are, you know, small little spots, I also like the paint application. For the most part, I think it's actually really well done. It's literally just the very random scuff marks that I have that actually, you know, affect it. Other than that, it looks phenomenal. Like it's very reflective, as you guys can clearly see. It's just boom, that's where my light is. You know where the light is now. But it looks great. It looks really good. It fits, which is like, that was actually the thing I was most worried about, was how is this gonna fit my head? But it's perfect. I mean, I don't have to do much readjust. I might move it around a little bit, maybe widen the thing out so it's not as tight, like kind of around my forehead. But other than that, it fits amazingly well. So I really like it. I think overall it's a great piece to have. It's definitely going to be the one, I mentioned in my review for the Luke Skywalker helmet. That one is like, presence, like shelf presence, without a doubt. You'll see that one first, but this might be the one you look at the most because it's super shiny and reflective. There's not as much going on, but that simple style is what makes it so cool. And obviously, it's an actual Mandalorian helmet, so Mandalorian helmets always look the sweetest anyway, whether it's just full chrome design, Boba Fett style, go all this stuff with Casca Reeves, all the Night Owls and everything like that. I don't know why I went Casca Reeves and not I can't think of her name right now. I guess that's why I said Casca Reeves. I literally can't think of her name right now. All I can think is Katie Sackhoff's character. I remember the actress, but for some reason I'm drawing a total blank on the character's name, even though she was in way more stuff than Casca Reeves. For whatever reason, all I can think of is Katie Sackhoff. I can't think of her character's name, which is really weird. But all their helmets, all the Mandalorian helmets always look really cool. But of course, the Mandalorian, Din Djarin here, you can't beat all chrome. It just looks nice. Like, that is really good. And it's a good helmet. I mean, if you did cosplay, you could use this out. You could with the other helmets as well. But this actually looks metallic. Like, the sheen and everything on it is incredibly well done. Like, it looks metallic. Like, it's definitely good enough. It's heavy enough too. Like, it definitely has a decent bit of weight to it. I think they built it perfectly. Like, you can tell the weight is definitely at the top, so it has a perfect balance when it's on your head. It has the little bit of counterbalance while you're actually wearing it, so you can actually tilt your head up and down like just a little bit before the actual helmet itself ends up moving. But all in all, it's a great piece. If it weren't for the scuffs, I'd be super happy right now. But like I said, normally I'm not like a stickler for that sort of thing, but especially when it's this. Like, if it was the Luke Skywalker one, I'd probably be like, it sort of fits in and I'd probably forget. But when it's literally just one solid color, and you can really see this, like, it's hard not to see like that black dot there. I mean, heck, you can actually see it a little bit. Yeah, you can literally see like the reflection of it kind of cuts off everything else. It cuts the smooth reflection just in the camera itself. So clearly it's decent enough of an issue. And then like these little nicks over here on the side, you can barely see those, but like there you go. You can just see like that little dot, those two little dots there. Those are scuffs, like, and it's just black underneath. So it's like, that sucks. So in most cases, I wouldn't have nearly as much of an issue with that sort of thing, but because it's it's meant to be like full chrome and all that, and it's just one solid shiny reflective piece, I want it to look that way. So I'm definitely going to return this one, and I hope I can get a replacement, because like I said, it took months for me just to get this, and I pre-ordered it forever ago. So I don't know, maybe I'll just return it to Best Buy and then I'll just buy it from somewhere else. We'll see what happens, but I hope I can actually do that and just get a replacement. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But all in all, I definitely enjoy it. I would love to know your thoughts. If if you're watching this, odds are you already have the helmet. But if not, I think it's worth picking up. If you got the scuffs though, then it sucks. It sucks for you, just like it sucks for me. So this, at least I know this, I actually need to return for a legitimate reason, compared to I put a dead battery in and I thought it was broken. So at least I have an actual reason to exchange this thing, which I really hope I can, considering how hard it's been just to get the one I pre-ordered, and the like 4 effing times they were like later. It might be a little tough, but I know some other places have it, so that's my hope as of now, is that I can just return this. I would love to exchange it because it would be so much easier for me to just be like, hey, just swap it, so I don't have to go through the whole process of returning it and then actually going somewhere else to buy it, possibly paying more depending on shipping and all, depending on where I go, I might actually have to pay for shipping. So hopefully it's easier rather than tougher. But all in all, it's still a really great helmet. I would love to know your thoughts on it, and if you guys have any other Black Series helmets, I would love to know what your favorite is. Like, as of now, well, technically I have 2 because this was going back, but out of the 3 that I have, it's so hard. Like, each one has like different features that I like the most. Like the Luke Skywalker one, it's too big for me. That was like my main gripe. Like, I have the worst head size. It's too big without the cushions, and then if I put the side cushions in, I literally can't put my head all the way in it. So I hate that one for actually wearing, because it's like, it just doesn't fit my head shape unless I use the strap, which I hate using the strap. And then the Poe Dameron one, I think is just really cool. The Poe Dameron one, I think, is probably my favorite at this point. It's super easy to wear. I love the sound effects. It is super loud. The Luke Skywalker one has a lower volume, which I appreciate, because the Poe Dameron one, when I first turned that thing on, it was like blaring, but it was also amazing. It felt like I was really in the freaking movie at that point. So I think the Poe Dameron's my number one. I think it really would just go Poe Dameron, Luke Skywalker, than this one, solely based on the fact that as much as I love how it looks and it's phenomenal, it doesn't have any real special effects. It's got the torch, which I'm not even really going to use, and then some red lights on the inside, which is like, man. So it really does come up short compared to those two, because I thought there were going to be sound effects in this, and I thought it was, just random things of him talking and Grogu just going, just little noises, and there's none of that. So I am really surprised by that, based on, I think pretty much every other helmet does that. I know there's some other ones. I think actually Boba Fett might be the other one that doesn't actually do sound effects and it's just lights, but it's still more than this, I think. Or maybe it's about the same. It's his little scanner, and then I think there might be some lights on the inside of that. So I guess the Mandalorian helmet, just the way that they're designed, they wouldn't be able to put more tech in them, so it has to just be lights, because it's an all-around helmet. It's not just like it's not like sort of a bike helmet style like the Luke and the Poe Dameron one. So maybe that's why they have it that way. Unfortunately, they can't put extra tech in because it would kind of ruin the aesthetic of it, which I actually talk about for the Luke Skywalker helmet. They couldn't possibly do his helmet from Return of the Jedi because those are so tight fit on everyone's head. There would be no way to put extra tech in it without destroying the aesthetic. So I guess that's the exact case with this, where they can't put much extra in it. And if they put speakers in this, it will probably be pretty bad. So I guess that's just kind of how it has to be. Although I feel like maybe some of like the cushion space and stuff like that, if that was closed in like a little bit more, and they put like the way tech is now, you can put like just a little bit in there and kind of add just like a little bit of extra stuff. But I still think it's good. It's just that when it comes to the pricing and stuff, the look does hit you though. Like it's hard to be like like if there's anyone where I'm like, what do I want to cosplay? I'm gonna walk through and I'm gonna be like, this is the one I pick up to just put together. So it definitely has its merits for sure, but all in all, I like it. Sadly, I just have to return it and hopefully get one that is scuff free, so it's full shiny big chrome head. But we'll love to know your thoughts on this, so please put your comments down in the comment section below, and of course, thanks for watching.